Once again, welcome to LatBAN's June investment pitch session. Today we have a very special case as we tried to do this similar or something similar more than 8 months ago. We are presenting three very interesting international startup companies, companies which was previously invested by either our members or business angels and early stage VC funds from my own network. You know that having such kind of valuable investors already on board maybe not necessarily, but maybe the mark of very high quality and very high potential for our other investors, because the reference from your current investor is the most valuable thing for others who are willing to join the current or ongoing or the further investment round. So please, I ask our project manager Emils to briefly introduce the first participant and tell us some word about the previous investor of StellaSleep. Emil?
Yes, hello everyone. Yes, so today we start our agenda with a company called StellaSleep, represented by Eric. Today, StellaSleep is a technological application that has developed a product to enhance kids' relaxation and sleep. And its previous investor is Oldest Steps, who will also now give a brief introduction for the company.
Well, thank you, Emils, and hello, fellow angel investors. I will not take too much time because I believe that Erik Björkman is much better placed to introduce StellaSleep to all of you. I only wanted to share maybe 5 reasons why I invested in the company. So for me, Eric's venture ticked all boxes, and those boxes were the following. The first box was a very strong management with previous track record in large internationally active companies, who could extremely well communicate their aspirations, business goals, and who understood the industry in which they are in. Secondly, the company solves a real-world problem. So how to help parents let their children sleep better or at all. Third, company's business model is light in assets, but it has very good prospect given its current growth rate to break even very soon, to be stand on its own feet within a very foreseeable time frame. And finally, last not least, it is in business area which is maybe not unique, but where market is not fully saturated, and which has a very huge potential for innovation in the way how the products are created and delivered, and how interaction between parents, grandparents, and children can be structured. So with that being said, I will be more than glad to leave the floor over to Erik. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So my name is Eric. I am a Swedish citizen, but this company is a global company. We have paying customers in actually 30 countries already. So it's all over the world, but the focus is US, and the most amount of customers are in the US, UK, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. I'm going to touch right away on what you mentioned of this. So management, I did 15 years in big companies. It's a Swedish company that did television channels, mostly in the Nordics and Eastern Europe. And I started a satellite TV platform in Ukraine, just for example. Then I did 10 years in Oriflame, which is an FMCG player selling cosmetics. And I worked in management and sales, and could see how consumers, in this case, it was in the CS region of the world, how they started to spend much more money on wellness, living better, living more healthy, caring about problems about their health, and sleeping better. And that's why, that's the main reason why we started this project from the very beginning. A problem that is big. I mean, we have a lot of parents in the world. When the kids are between 0 to 8, 9, this pain is real, maybe once a week even, as the kids are either a little bit fuzzy when they want to try to go to bed, they are maybe overexcited, and we try to position ourselves as a complement to an existing bedtime routine, where it doesn't help anymore to read your normal story or speak with your child. You need to do something else, so the kid will be up for 1 hour, and then you turn on one of our sleep stories from our app. Asset light, we are very asset light, and will become even more asset light, because this is a very good case for the progress in generative AI, where we can create stories, which is the main product here, much, much cheaper. So we, instead of hiring external writers that we do right now, we start to increase more and more the participation of ChatGPT, similar type of service that generates stories, and we are prompting and creating stories. So taking down the cost even more. And also there are progresses in synthesization of voices, meaning you can take your voice and let the computer replicate your voice, so you can retell any other stories. And in that case, you don't need to, you just pay one time. You don't need to pay a variable amount of times when the stories are produced. And also, it's interesting, we are adding, you can add a functionality in this app, I will talk about it, where parents can also record their own stories. So you're not using a celebrity like John Cleese like we have, but your own story, or your parents' voices can voice stories. In this case, the cost of production is 0 for us, and it creates a great value for the parents as well. So I believe that you have good opportunities to drive down costs even more. And potential to innovate, sure. I think that Apple, they had that is developer conferences. They launched this VR glasses last Monday, but they launched many other things too. And in our space, they launched a specific voice synthesization functionality for custom voicing, meaning for your voice, that we can integrate probably already this year at very low cost, at high risk of working, high chance of working, because it's part of Apple's offered products and not some external thing that you try to plug in. So with that being said, I just thought it's more interesting to answer your questions, to be honest. We heard also from Emil's, this is a kids sleep app. We empower parents to sleep better, because when their kids sleep better, they will sleep better as well. I'm just going to maximize this. Where do we do that? Here we go. Fit. So, anyhow.
Eric, actually, it doesn't matter, because we see your presentation in a very good shape.
Very good. Yeah, very good. So we're working in the, I would say, the sleep aid market. It's a very big market where people are looking for ways to sleep better, either for their children or themselves when their children doesn't want to go to bed in time. It's a very big market. It's our product is a non-invasive product using smartphones as the main hardware, which people already have. So it's fairly accessible and easy to use. I don't think the potential is the big issue. The issue is to try to go to market in the buzz. We're producing a lot of our sleep stories ourselves. We have full rights for these ones. We create 4 new stories every month from our side, and the users start now to add their stories to expand the content and the experience of this product. It is possible soon to generate also your own story with the help of ChatGPT, similar functionality, like I spoke about. Basically, you see actually here on the screen, this screenshot, and there will be another button that says generate my story, and you're helping parents to create a unique story, maybe customized for their own kids even, and with their own names, etc. We also have social emotion learning, which helps parents to work through social moments with a kid. For example, the first day of school, sharing with others, not being egoistic, what is bullying, etc. These are all small attempts to try to expand the usage of this app, because mainly it's used in the evening, right, when the kids want to go to sleep. But we want to probably help parents also daytime to work with the kids so they become more harmonious and can sleep better in the evening. We launched in August last year. We'll just join that round. We have 4 people in our core team, but there are many other freelancers around this in an ecosystem. The so-called install to trial rate, meaning people are install this app and start a trial, is 11%. And the benchmark for a subscription app is about 4%. So we are fairly good at making people start this trial, which is essential if you want to earn money in this subscription app world. Then it's very important that people are on this trial. It's 7 days, for example. You need to make sure they get such a good experience that they're ready to let this trial expire into paying subscription. For us, about 30% are doing that right now. The benchmark, 35%. So we're a little bit behind. That's why we're adding this recorder feature I mentioned, where we try to expand the wow feeling of these first 7 days so it becomes invaluable for our users to start subscribing. Organic traffic is about 20%. I mean, amount of all the installations, like for example, 100 installations per day, 20 of those are organic. They find our app on App Store or the website. 80% is still paid marketing, mostly Facebook, Apple search ads, but also we make advertisement for our website where they can download the app. We do a little bit on TikTok. So it's important to understand that we try to use John Cleese, which is our main influencer and celebrity in this advertisement. He's the one that works best. He's most knowledgeable, especially in UK, USA. LTV, lifetime value, about $60. This is early to say what the value of the subscribers, because 95% of the customers right now are on the annual plan. And as we launched in August last year, actually no one of them has still expired the first year subscription. So we'll see how many prolong. But in our previous app that we've done before this, about 50% prolonged a second year. So we are assuming 50% of our subscribers will prolong another year. Hopefully longer than that. Downloads, 30,000. Annual recurring revenue, $43,000. This is a subscription app where you charge $40 a year or $7 a month. There are those two options, nothing else. Subscribers, maybe a little bit unclear, but basically we are right now at 1,300 paying subscribers, about 5,000 or 6,000 free subscribers, because you can use this app for free as well with very small functionality, but to sample it, even after this trial period. We believe that end of this year we'll reach 5,000 subscribers, and in a year from now, about 15,000 subscribers, given the current cost of acquiring customers, and we have in our plans to strongly reduce the cost of acquiring customers. We are right now having a CAC of about $55 so far in June, the first 2 weeks, for example. But we need to get it down to $20. That's where the good magic happens. We believe we will do that by September next year. Organic growth, important part. Our app is available at kindergartens in Austin, in Texas, San Francisco, in New York, Washington, Boston. And they're using this app for their nap time for the kids. With the hope we give it to them for free. And we hope, of course, that the parents will see it. And we want to approach 20,000 of these kindergartens eventually. In the US, they are consolidated. There are a couple of big chains, and we try to get agreement with them. Hotel chains where people travel with their kids and they want to offer something nice for their guests. We try to get in there. For example, we don't have an agreement with them yet, but we try with Marriott and Hilton so they can offer another funny digital add-on when they want to sell something in the room service which they want to sell. So they have a good interest in moving that as well. Airlines, we want to be there, not just where you have kids games, in those onboard entertainment, but also nice sleep stories from us. Bed and mattress retailers, people are selling. There are a lot of companies and e-commerce players selling mattresses. We can be a digital complement to them. And in our previous company or app, we worked with a bed and mattress retailer, the leading one actually in that region, when they sold a mattress, and they could get our sleep app at a deep discount. We work with parent influencers, blogs, mother clubs. In America, they have a lot of mother clubs to get together and hang out each other in a very organized way with discounts on certain products. In our case, though, and of course, our app. We work with search engine optimization to drive people to our website, StellaSleep.com, which is a great base of knowledge about kids sleep. And we work with App Store optimization. Is when you work with keywords, when people are searching on the App Store icon for something that will help their problems. You put money on certain keywords, you optimize your product page, etc., etc. It's just like you drive people to your website. If you're an e-commerce business, we have to drive people to find our app in the App Store. Referral marketing, we work with a share functionality, a little bit different than others, and email marketing to our base. Now we have about 10,000 people who have tried this app. They're not subscribers now, but they tried it, for example, during the last 6 months. And we emailed them and tried to entice them. Looking forward, we have launched this recorder functionality I mentioned now, actually just now, a couple of weeks ago. Start to see great traction where people are very interested in recording a story. And where about 10% already of the user base have recorded a story and saved it in their app. So I hope that's going to expand their experience of the app. In the autumn, we're going to launch this ChatGPT functionality I mentioned. It might be quicker than that. We already have the API key from OpenAI, just get some idea where we are. Our programmer doesn't feel it's going to be so difficult. And in November next year, we believe we'll have gone into some Latin American market with Spanish language. That is the point. We do it in Spanish language. We believe that 50% of our paying subscriber base have recorded more than one story. And then it starts to become much more invaluable for them because they cannot store these stories anywhere else. When they're in the app, they have to continue to subscribe to have these stories or these memories they've created. And in that way, I think we can create a much more sticky product. And we believe that the profitability, it could, like Ullis mentioned, we actually have a plan that we will reach break even in like October next year. Given the current assumptions, it can happen. It's definitely going to happen on the full year of 25, because we believe, for example, that we will make losses up until September next year, then we'll break even and start to become profitable in September, October, November, December next year. So I think I'm going to stop there. The round, it's on $200,000, and we have closed $170,000 already. So it's mainly Swedish. It's actually almost only Swedish angels. And this is me in defending a stake, by the way, in this round. We are speaking with about 3-4 new investors, angel investors, very much like yourself. There are no institutions in this business. We spend a lot of money on marketing. We have to be honest about that. To stand out and become have a critical base, we need to spend money on marketing, because producing the content and the technical solution, we've taken a lot of costs for that already the past 9 months. So we don't have to, that does not have to be a huge part of the cost base going forward. Good. I think that with this recording feature, actually, like I mentioned, I think that we have touched upon something very interesting, because the competitors, YouTube, Spotify, Audible, they do not have an interest in letting the user create content, because they have to balance all this content that they do not own, and they have enough problems with that. And I think that offering that through this app is a simple recording feature. It's you just speak right into the app. It's not very expensive. It's a good reason why to record your voice. And start to think maybe about creating memories for your family that will be with you, not only for your kids, but for their kids and even their future kids. So with that said, thank you very much. Hope you want to join the round.
Eric, it sounds really exciting and incredible. And the final part of your pitch was actually just brilliant. Exactly what I think about immediately before you said it. You can, not even as a parent, but as a member of the family, record a tale for your kids, a story for your family members, and then you can use it, or your family members can use it for years. I hope that everyone can imagine very different scenarios when this opportunity will be very valuable for all the family. Okay, I have the only one and brief question. Would you be able to provide us with financial projections and financial model describing your current unit economics, the marketing expenses, and let's say their effectiveness in terms of lifetime value for customers, retention numbers, and understanding your acquisition cost, so we can understand how healthy in terms of unit economics your business is. If you can do so, sure. we will share all the details with our members, as well as providing the link to very short 4 minutes video you already sent us. It's also self-descriptive. and I hope that you will find the rest of the allocation among our members, not going anywhere else. Dear members, do you have special questions to Eric about StellaSleep? Please go on.
Yeah, hi.
Is it?
I'm sorry, Kirill, may I ask a question? Dmitry Lysenkov.
Please go on, Dmitry.
Yeah, thank you very much for a great presentation and interesting product. Honestly, I probably missed it. What's the RRR right now?
$43,000, growing, I would say, every day, to be honest, as the subscribers are growing. Yeah.
What was the May revenue?
The May revenue, it was about $10,000.
10,000, right? And what's your valuation? I missed it again. I'm sorry.
Sorry, it was not in the presentation. The valuation is $2.5 million.
Thank you very much.
Is it possible to hear an example of what the thing plays, the story tells?
You want to hear it now, or?
Well, I suppose it's not a lot of time now, but I mean, I don't know. I think that to me, I always need to see an example
Sure.
to know.
I cannot do it nicely on the screen, but I will hold my phone and you will see it.
My name is John Cheese, and today I'm going to tell you about the mystery of the lost sleep. You ready? Yeah? And I'll start. Once upon a time, there was a girl called Polly who lived in London.
And you can customize the wording. You can reproduce with his voice a story that uses customizable names and so on.
It's not allowed to use celebrities' voices yet, although it's a gray area. Meaning that you can record with your own voice, and that you can synthesize.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think our time for listening to Eric and learning more about StellaSleep is up. Today, after our call, Emil will provide us with all the details of the pitched startups, details about the current investment round, and extra stuff we can collect and send to you. I hope that maybe day after day or the start of the next week, Eric will provide us with the financial details, and then we can let's say we will be lucky to jump up to this already almost closed round and continue our journey with StellaSleep. Eric,
Great.
Thank you so much. It was our pleasure listening to you, and once again, sharing your investment opportunity with us is completely unavailable. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Now we're switching to our next participating startup, Stackt from the United Kingdom, Rashid Aliyev, and I ask Emils to briefly introduce this investment opportunity for us and tell some words about the startup and the previous investor.
Yes. So yeah, Stackt, as just was mentioned, is a company from the United Kingdom. It's a tech platform for on-demand and moving and storage services. It is a platform where users are connected with trusted moving services, where the platform offers, let's say, a seamless technological and a cost-effective service to the end user. And this company's previous investor is Dmitry Mikhailo, who will also now do a quick brief introduction about the company.
Hi, everybody. I am Dima from Kaunas, Lithuania. I am LP of Tidal Wave. It's a deep tech fund and general partner in data mining technology. It's data-driven venture capital, early stage. And I'm more than happy to introduce LatBAN members, my new syndication deal in PropTech, Stackt. We've met with the founder through my network and member of my previous syndicates in hydrogen fuel cells and computer vision for robots. He introduced me, and he invested in previous round. And this deal was on my radars, and they grew 5 times from the previous round. And Stackt is backed by top UK fund, early stage, Hutch, and 2 funds from UK and Europe. I think it's a very good opportunity for us to be in such deal. And I've invested 1 week ago 10K, and my partner have hard commit additional 10K in this company. I think they have proven product market fit and proven customer acquisition metrics, and coupled with a balanced and conservative expansion strategy, it's a key to sustainable growth for next round. And my words goes to Rashid. He has very good presentation, and your turn, Rashid. Thanks a lot.
Cool. Hi everyone. Pleasure to you can hear me right? Yeah, it should be. Pleasure to meet you. Let me share my screen so that you can see the deck that I'll be going through now. 1 second. Okay, please let me know if you could see my deck fine.
Everything great, Rashid. Please go
good,
on.
Right? Okay, amazing. Cool. Well, once again, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for the introduction, Dima, and for the opportunity to present Stackt and tell you more about who we are and what we do as a business. However, before I dig deeper into how we operate as a business, I want us to take a step back to look at what's happening around the world today. To give you some kind of context, right? And when we make a step back, we can easily see the following thing: clear trend that people are becoming more and more mobile every year for the past few decades. Whether that's driven with an increasing urbanization, when more and more people coming into the bigger cities like London, New York, or Paris from the other cities, and they come to the cities and they rent and they move from place to place. Whether that's Generation Z and millennials that move, half of them moving at least once a year and 25% of them moving at least 10 times across their lifetime. And me personally, living in London for the past 7, 8 years, I've moved over 6 times already. What it leads to is because there's so many people coming to the bigger cities and then they're moving, whether they're moving house or they just need to move something bulky that doesn't fit into a regular car, the apartments are getting more expensive. As we saw in London 6 months ago when the prices jumped by 40%. And at the same time, the apartments, because of such a huge demand, the apartments are getting smaller and smaller. What it leads to as a result is that there's literally not enough space to store your personal belongings at home, whether you're storing your winter equipment, skis, or personal items like luggage or even winter or seasonal items. So literally there is no space to store your personal belongings in the place that you're renting out. What it makes it even worse is the high cost that comes to it. Whether you're looking to move, you have to deal with super expensive traditional removal companies that would charge you over £800 for a single move. Or if you need to store a small, let's say you need a smaller storage unit of 1.5 square meters in central London, that will cost you around £200-300 a month, which is incredibly high. Nevertheless, by paying this huge amount of money for the services, you're getting completely undigitized, completely inefficient and manual service. At the same time, it's just super limited in service, whether with respect to the quality of service you get or any technology or price transparency that comes alongside it. Well, and the reason why it's happening in the world is that the moving and storage industry and man-on-demand industry is one of the least technologically disrupted industries in the world globally. Although it is growing year by year, and currently in UK alone, it's estimated to be 2.5 billion, 74 billion globally today, and it's growing and will reach over 102 billion over the next 4 years. And the way we solve this problem, the way we tackle the problem, is that offering a fully customizable tech solution, right? And for the better understanding, I'll split the services into 2. Whether you're looking for moving services, all you need to do is go to the website and select the item that you want to move, and fill the details of where you're moving it from and where you're moving it to. And the algorithm is very similar to Uber, really. Uber-like algorithm, smart algorithm will be able to calculate the cost of your move and give you the cost in seconds. And as soon as you make a payment, the platform connects you with our self-employed movers that are connected to the platform that accept the job and fulfill it on the day. Whether you need to store your items, you don't have to leave your space as you have to do it now. You know, leaving the space, taking your items personally. All you need to do is just go to the website, select the space, how much space you need, like 20 square foot unit. We come and collect everything right from your doorstep, take it to our storage facilities, and as soon as we have your items at storage, you get the digital list of all your items. Essentially, we're becoming your virtual storage room in your house. When at any point in time, you can go online and select that I need to deliver this box back to me in a matter of 24 hours, and we'll be able to get it back to you. As a result, to summarize what you get as a customer is that you get a way better service at a way affordable price. We are twice as affordable in comparison to all the traditional services. It is fully technological with a fully customizable technological service at a very good and high level of service and customization that comes alongside it. Well, surely we're not the only ones in the market. However, as I said earlier and I highlighted already, is the main advantage and the main difference is that the other providers are super old school and traditional, with respect to their pricing, with respect to their service offerings, value proposition, and the service portfolio overall. And there is no tech in place at all in 99.9% of the cases. With respect to the business model, we have two. With storage services, it's a recurring subscription model with a lifetime of clients of 6 to 8 months, meaning that once they come and store with us, they stay on average statistically at storage 6 to 8 months, and we have very high healthy margin, over 100% profit margin there. With moving services, it's essentially 30% profit margin applied on top of the total cost of service for every single one, which is a transactional in this case. We launched 2 years ago. For the first year, we were bootstrapping and made really good results. We made 300 to 400 orders and generated over 160K in revenue. That's when we closed our first round with 3 VCs on board. And since then, which was literally 12 months ago, we grew over 450%. And essentially having raised $500,000 in May 2022, we grew 450%. We made over £130,000 in Q1 2023 with a gross margin across the business of 52% and the projected revenue in 2025 of over 10 million. And behind this all, we have a great team of young professionals that already achieved a great success in whether in business, IT, and marketing, including my co-founder and Julia, co-founder Daniel and Julia as our CMO, and Fred from Hatch Ventures, our lead investors as part of our last round, as our board of observers. And that's it. I think what's remaining here is with respect to how much we're raising. We're currently raising 1 million to accelerate our growth, really, having gone through this journey now. The next step is raise funds so that we can accelerate our growth and start our international expansion. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Rashid. Thank you so much. Can you please get back, starting with the questions, can you please get back to the financial numbers to understand your current traction once again? Next, the previous one with the graph. Can you tell us a bit more about the jump on the third quarter of the previous year to understand more deeply what was the difference in your marketing strategy, and then jump to the next slide describing the business model details and unit economy for your business?
Okay, perfect. So with respect to the jump that we see in from Q2 to Q3, that's essentially the funding round that we closed, because essentially the journey that we've gone through is we launched the first 12 months. We were essentially kind of trying to understand whether the business works or not. And we were able to prove that because without any external investment, without any paid acquisition whatsoever, by growing completely organically through the partnerships that we established over the first 12 months, we were able to get to those results that you can see over the first 5 quarters. Having closed the round 12 months ago, for us, what was important, well, essentially, we did a lot of work, whether with respect to completely transforming the business. We did the rebranding, we launched a new website, the business processes, the team grew from 4 to around 15 people in 10 different countries, 3 different continents. And the business completely transformed, right, in terms of the work that has been done. The main difference here is that because we built all this process internally, starting with the rebranding website and customer acquisition, this is when we did this jump is mainly attributed to the paid acquisition strategies that we started using there, because we didn't do anything before that. And it's essentially, this is the stage where we got, because for us, it was really important once we closed the round to prove that, okay, so previously it was a good result. Now we closed the round 12 months ago, and it was crucially important to prove that there is a product market fit, and that we can execute the numbers and we execute the orders on a larger scale. The quickest way to do that was through the paid acquisition strategies, and this is what we utilized having closed our round, and in order to get to the high traction and high numbers and revenues as soon as possible. So going back to now your second question, with respect to, sorry, could you repeat what was the question here? Oh, the unit economics and business model, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So unit economics and business model, well, I think this would actually work better in terms of the unit economics. I'll start with moving. With moving, for your easier understanding, it essentially works the same as Uber, but for man on the van and moving services, in a sense that we have a smart algorithm that is AI-driven and constantly learning from all the jobs that we do. And currently we've done over 3,000 jobs in total, 3,000 sales. And the way it works is that essentially, once you give us all the data points, and once we understand that you're moving from this address to the other address, you live in the third floor, there is no lift. We already, with all this data, we understand how long, considering the traffic in between these two locations, on the time that you will be moving, we can predict, and this smart algorithm allows us to currently predict with over 95% accuracy, to predict how long your move will take place. Once we understand that, we understand how much we'll be paying for these movers to execute the job. And once we have that number in terms of, well, let's say for the easier calculation, we'll be paying £100 for the mover to execute one move, we add 30-35% profit margin on top, and that's what you pay us. You pay us, and then we pay the cost to the mover. So that's with respect to the moving, and these are transactional ones. With respect to storage, is the way we had the reason why we have such a healthy margin there, while being twice as cheap in comparison to the traditional storage facilities, is due to the two factors, right? Because when you come to us and you rent the 20 square foot unit, you're paying literally twice as less. Like with us, you're paying £20 per week. With other providers, you're paying 50. The reason for that is we rent our storage facilities from B2B providers that are outside the city center, and we rent them on a larger scale, which allows us to have a better and lower price per square foot. And because we rent them on a larger scale and we can utilize this space more efficiently, this allows us to have a very low price per square foot, and therefore have a healthy profit margin of 100%. What it means is that overall, if you look at the statistics, statistically to the storage industry, you have a lifetime usually of 6 to 8. We have clients that store with us for years. Nevertheless, essentially, whatever you're paying us, so as soon as we receive your items and we put it there, whatever you pay us on a monthly basis, half of that goes to covering the rent, and half of that stays with us as a net profit margin.
Thank you so much. Given that the number of numbers, let's say, is still very few on your presentation, I kindly ask you about opportunity to get your financial model spreadsheet and your financial projections as well. If you will be able to share it with us, it will really help to our angels to make a decision whether to go deeper and to put their commitment onto this investment round, or just to skip it. We have at least 3 or 4 minutes more time space for questions. So please, the audience, ask your questions if you have some.
I think Uldis has a question. He has a hand up. Yep.
Oh, thanks, Rashid. Just very shortly, in your business model, do I understand correctly that you are yourself having access to the storage facility, and your customers do not have direct access to the storage facility? Is that correct?
Yeah, you're completely right.
So how do you manage then, financial, or physical crime risk that, somebody just walks into, maybe an insider into the storage facility and takes all the things?
There are a number of reasons I would do that. Firstly, only our employees have access to the storage facilities. That's the first thing. That's not movers do not have access solely to come and collect your items without the physical presence of our employees. And although they are, we have operational people, but we position ourselves as a tech and fully operational light business, because we're making over 50K, well, 40 to 50,000 pounds a month now, but there are literally 2 people in our operations team dealing with all the movers and storage and everything. So that's the first reason that these are firstly, these are the spaces that we rent. These are super secure, with CCTV in place, with all the security measures, the people patrol and everything in there. Whenever anyone comes and wants to access these items, they have to be attended by one of our employees. Plus, we have the insurance in place, covered by the place that we rented from. So meaning that in case something goes wrong, any theft or anything, all these items are insured.
Thanks, Rashid. We have time for only one more question from the audience. Alina,
I think
Mm-hmm.
if you don't mind, I'll just add one point, because I think we didn't touch enough on that with respect to the round that we're raising. So just so that everyone is on the same page in terms of what stage we're at. So we're now raising 1 million. 1 million. Out of this 1 million, because again, we had a pretty good results, and we've been growing quite actively for the past few months, or for the past 12 months. Our main objective is now to close the round so that we can accelerate it, specifically as we're tapping into this very seasonal and peak season of summer. We're currently raising 1 million. Around 400K out of that is taken. All our VC investors are following on, meaning that they're all taking the allocation of 400K, plus we have the allocation of Dmitry. On top of that, we have offers essentially a couple of VCs, whether from Italy, UK, and some angels that are also participating as part of the round. So we feel like we're already kind of accumulating the amount all in top, and so we will be closing the round, I think, over the next few weeks.
Great. Sounds very exciting and promising. Thank you so much, Rashid, for your presentation. As it was agreed, we will share all the details with all our members. And I also want to ask you once again about some financial details you can share with us. So it really helps us to consider this investment opportunity. Thank you once again. It was
definitely. Can you just let me know where and how?
Mm-hmm. Sorry?
Sorry for interrupting you. Where and with whom should I share should I share it with you and you'll be able to distribute it, or should we share it with the individual
Doesn't matter.
investors?
You can share it with Dmitry and then he share it with me. You can share it with me directly. It doesn't matter how to do this.
Amazing. Cool. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Please don't forget to stop your screen sharing. And we already have our third presenting customer today on board. But before we switch to small talk startup, I have very exciting news for all of us. An hour ago, I've got a very interesting opportunity from Sonarworks company. Most of us know this famous LatBAN startup, and Helmut Bems shared with me an information that they have a very small allocation in their current bridge round. Helmut will be able to join us right after the small talk pitch and QA session. So please don't switch off after this third startup in a row. We will have more exciting news to hear today. But I want to introduce you to Sofia Trepugova, and I have to inform you that today we are not able to get joined their previous angel investor Dmitry Stavitsky, but I have to say that I'm a humble but happy customer of Smalltalk application, Smalltalk product, and this is why I considered inviting Smalltalk founder for today's pitch session, because let me say honestly, this product is really awesome. It doesn't mean, of course, that the startup and its business itself is awesome, but the product actually is. Sofia, the stage is yours. Please share your screen, and you have at least 15 minutes for your pitch and for Q&A session.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Sofia. I'm CEO and co-founder of Smalltalk. And I want to pitch you about our startup. So let's start. So we are building AI teaching assistant of English for non-native speakers, and we help companies and language learners to boost and evaluate language proficiency. Currently, large language models are changing the education industry dramatically. Content-first platform like Pearson and expert-generated platform like Check and Quizlet under the threat because their main advantages is educational content. That is now just a commodity, as everyone can create good enough educational material. And as a result, the most effective learning product will not be those that simply provide answers and content, but those that guide learners most effectively toward their learning goal. And this presents the opportunity for new startups like Smalltalk, which utilize the latest AI technology to help learners master new skills faster than ever before. In the language learning process, speaking is the most difficult skill to master, and currently it must master it with human, which requires a lot of time and money, and digital tool adoption here is still very low. If you look at the corporate training, they have no objective way to measure employees' progress and training efficiency, and scaling is hampered by tutor cost and tutor availability. For companies and schools, language assessment is still a human-based and time-consuming process. We have the solution for them. We offer a self-study tool that allows people to practice speaking skills on the go whenever they want. It's available 24/7, provides very detailed feedback on any spontaneous and systematically track the progress. Our learning tool offers speaking exercises and courses that people improve vocabulary booster and vocabulary size and professional lexicon. And our assessment tool makes very accurate and instant assessment of speaking and writing skills. We have technology under the hood. First, it's a speech analyzer that provides very detailed feedback about grammar, pronunciation, fluency, and vocabulary. In total, it tracks more than 30 parameters in your speech. And second, it's a level scoring model that evaluates language on a CFR scale with a high accuracy, 95%, that is much accurate than a human. And also we use LLM for creating personalized lessons and provide human-like feedback. We target 3 segments. Companies, this is our primary business, and our target industries are customer support, outsourcing, and tech. They use our tool to screen candidates for mass hiring position and also to improve language proficiency for their employees. Language schools, they also our client for a placement test, and this is a really good and important distribution channel for us. B2C product is a platform for collecting data and experiment with product and pedagogy. We see that if users practice regularly in Smalltalk, they level up in 2.5 months, and for us, it's really awesome. Our go-to-market strategy involves partnering with language schools that provide corporate training, as well expanding our reach through employee referrals. And a key part of our inbound funnel is content marketing, search engine optimization, and participation in conferences. Our business model is SaaS. We offer a learning tool as a subscription, and also we offer assessment tool as an API. English language digital learning market is huge. It's shifting online, and the most significant rise observed in the corporate sector. In the competitive landscape, we focus on business in the corporate sector, which has a really low adoption of AI tool. Other players in the industry rely on expensive human teachers that is hard to scale, and their margins are slim. And our advantage is the usage of the latest AI technology, which changes the availability and the economic of learning languages. This is our team. we have a proven track record of delivering complex AI and ML services successfully. Previously, we developed Yandex search engine, self-driving car technology, and the Google Play market. Me personally, I'm a previously product manager, and I was responsible for the multimedia search engine at Yandex. Sophia, she's a data scientist, and she's from self-driving car project, and she has a lot of research and papers in deep learning and machine learning. Mark, our CTO, he's a software engineer from Google London, and he from Google Play team, Google Marketplace team. And he's a winner of many hackathons like Angel Hack, and he's a semifinals of ACM. Core team consists of 9 people, and also a group of English teachers help us and assist with English methodology. After some time of hard work, here we are. We build a really great technology that is high accurate, and we call it Grammarly for speech and language assessment. We collect a huge data set, more than 500,000 audio recording with a diverse accent and diverse proficiency level. And we have a product that was validated on the consumer market, and it generates recurring revenue. In May, it was $9,000. And we successfully launched several paid pilots with companies from US, Europe, and India, and that generate to us $12,000. Now we are looking for an early seed round. We want to for B2B product development and to scale our B2B sales. So we are looking for angels and VC who want to join our mission and to build an AI-powered tutor that accelerates the foreign language learning, and we're sure that it's possible for learners to achieve fluency faster than currently possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sophia. May we switch back one slide back?
Okay.
And the main question from me about this slide is, actually, it's not very important for early stage investors. What are your spending plan? The much more interesting question is, what milestones are you going to achieve with this round money? And is these milestones already outlined in numbers in terms of KPI, or just, let's say, not quantitative way, let's say, attracting the next round and the following valuation, and so on and so forth? Could you please comment?
Yes, sure. So this round is for 1 or 1.5 years, and we want to achieve 100 or 100.5 K in MRR, and we want to build a strong sales funnel and have 10 to 20 small and medium businesses, and also 2 or 5 enterprises clients for our learning tool and for our assessment tools. And also, yes, important, and finish our B2B product, all features.
Thank you. May you say a bit more about your current traction in terms of unit economics mostly? It's very interesting. What's your retention rate for now for your main cohort? Let's say, what are the acquisition costs and what are the channels you are acquiring customers from?
Okay, so but our focus is B2B. So B2C product is for just experiment with data, and as a positive side effect, we have revenue here. So it's our cash flow. So I'm not sure it's interesting to talk about B2C product, but it generates revenue now. So it generates $9,000 in a month. So this month we plan to increase it more. So the retention, so user who bought a subscription, their retention you see on the slide here. So they use our learning product for several months. Mostly this customer prepare for international exams, IELTS, And yes, they see the values that Smalltalk provide for them. They prepare for exam, before real exam. We provide them estimation of their band and give very detailed feedback about their mistakes and so on. So maybe about B2B. So we start this year, we start first sales, and currently it's an inbound funnel. So this client found us in a Google search organically, and then we talk with them and offer them to try first for free. Then we start with them first paid pilot, and if everything is okay, we so they become our clients.
Great, thank you so much. Do we have any questions from the audience? Once again, this project is really incredible, and I definitely want to learn more about this. So please get in with the questions from the audience. Angels. Very interesting sign. If you have no questions from the audience, it may sounds like everything is correct, understandable, and no questions because of that. Or maybe this project is not interesting to prospective investors. But I hope that it's the first case. Everything is quite clear. So, Sofia, thank you once again. We will share all the details and information you already provided with all our members, and we will be collecting signs of interest from angels, other prospective investors, early stage venture capital funds from our network, and we will let you know about our next steps. Thank you once again.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time. See you.
Thank you. See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And we already have Helmut already joined our call with a few words about recent investment opportunity to Sonarworks. But before Helmut unmute himself and tell us about the opportunity, I want to ask Helmut, should I stop the recording or should I keep it to share with others who are not joining us today?
Oh, no, it's completely fine to keep recording.
Great. So please go on. We're eager to learn more about this investment opportunity.
All right. So hi, everyone. My name is Helmut Bēns. I'm co-founder and CEO of Sonarworks. So we are a deep tech audio company operating for quite a few years already from Latvia. And first of all, really grateful for having this very short opportunity. And Kirill just called me actually while I was still on the road. So anyways, I hope you all enjoy the warm summer. So we will be raising now a small round, which I believe is the last round for Sonarworks, because we are ultimately approaching our strategic goals that we were setting out when we started this journey. And this is going to be a 600,000 round that we are aiming to close in July. So not to give a full pitch, I wasn't kind of prepared for giving a full pitch, but generally speaking, we have several business lines, and one of the business lines has been licensing our technology to large consumer electronics manufacturers. And after a very lengthy sales process, we have now agreed on a deal with one of the top 5 companies in the world, the big tech companies, for a technology deal, a technology licensing deal. And we are also in the process of closing another deal also from the top 5 companies. I can't name the companies now, but those are, I'll give enough to say that both of these companies are for the FANGs, if you know the financial term, FANG, which stands for Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. So, once these deals are closed, we basically are on a trajectory to be significantly profitable 2024. And this small last round is to kind of to get us to the place where the revenues from these new contracts start coming in. And at this point, more than half of that 600,000 round is already committed from existing lead investors. So I think if you want to learn more, I'll probably share my contacts with Kirill, and he can then share it with you. And then please ping me if you are interested to learn more, and then I'll organize a separate call to kind of give you more detail if you are interested in this opportunity.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Do you have 2 minutes more for answering my questions? I have some really brief. Yeah. The first question is it may be not so humble, but I have to ask it. What's your expectations from the next, let's say, 8 or maybe 12 months of your business development? Maybe an exit is somewhere around the corner or something like that?
Yes, exit has been and is actually on the cards, and we've been actually pretty much engaged in that process already. The main obstacle at the moment is the current market environment. So basically, all of these companies we are engaging with have hiring freezes. They are firing people, they have hiring freezes, and with that also comes kind of freezes in terms of acqui-hires. We have very strong indications of 3 companies that actually are looking at us as an acquisition target. And at the moment, it's a little bit sort of waiting for when the situation in those companies clears up, because still at this point, they are kind of in an active firing mode. So I think in 12 months period, this can actually start clearing up.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for answer. It is complete, and I have no more questions from my side. Does anyone in the audience is interesting to ask something to Helmut? Not yet.
May I please?
Okay, yes, please go on, Dmitry.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kirill. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity and presenting to us. I have 2 questions, their revenue and the valuation.
Yes, this deal is going to be, first of all, this round is going to be constructed as a convertible note. There are conditions to that conversion, so there is no one conversion rate, but at maturity, this will convert. If I have to look back at the terms that we are putting together, I think it converts at 10 million in the best case scenario for investors. And
okay.
Your second question was about revenue. We will be around 4 million in revenue this year.
Thank you.
That's great. Great. Thank you so much. And I think that we have to carefully consider this opportunity, because Sonarworks is actually one out of 10 the most interesting, the most promising and mature startups in Latvia as well. Thank you, Helmut. See you, and I will share the interest from our group with you later a bit. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, today it was our last investment opportunity we can share with you. What I can say, as far as I understand, our most new member, Righty Scouts, has joined us. Unfortunately, he joined us a bit later, but Righties, if you have at least 1 minute to briefly greet all the fellows from LatBAN, please do that. If not, just wave us and say hello.
Yes, hi, LatBAN. Apologies for late joining. I was in some business meeting. Thank you for accepting me, and I hope I'm sure I will meet you on Monday, on 19th June, in person, and I'm very open to any contacts and inquiries. I work in payments, like both fiat and crypto payments. with Canada-based payment institution. So I'm very open about any question you want to talk to me.
Sounds very interesting and promising. Thank you so much, Raiti, for your self-introduction. And I have to say that our June investment session is officially closed. I'm stopped the recording right now.